Yuba-Sutter.Live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Announcements taken in closed session. We had a unanimous approval, 6-0, for expulsion EH-24-25-80. And then we had a no action taken on reinstatement OD 24-25-82. And then we had a board motion carried of 5 yes and abstain on approvement settlement CV. I'm sorry, motion carried of 5 opposed. I'm sorry, 5 agreed and 1 opposed on CVPT 24-00567. Comments from board members, Mr. Fuhrer.
I just want to wish everybody a happy new school year.
Yang.
I just want to echo board member Furry's also good welcome for the new year and hopefully a good upcoming academic year.
Mr. Taylor.
Welcome parents and teachers. It is good to see everybody here. Let's go and do great.
Thank you. Mr. Steeman.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had a restful summer, and I wish everybody a successful new school year.
And Mr. Crawford.
I'd like to congratulate our child development program for all the accolades. Tremendous, Julie, tremendous. You make us proud.
Thank you, sir. Now an opportunity for employee organizations to address the board. Angela Stiegel, Marysville Unified Teachers Association.
I wanted to make sure that I was behind Russell this time, not in front of him. Angela Stiegel, I'm the president for the Marysville Unified Teachers Association, and I oftentimes don't use all of the other titles, but since we're at the beginning of the school year, I'll kind of give you a little bit of a rundown also. Within the teachers union, I'm also on the bargaining team, co-chair for grievance. I'm on the professional development collaborative between ourselves and the district. Within our Feather River Service Center, I'm our at-large representative to the State Council for the California Teachers Association. And within CTA, I am the Region 2 board member for the Institute for Teaching, which is the grant awarding arm of CTA. And also within CTA, I'm the CTA liaison to the State Board of Education. Ta-da. So there's all of that so that I get all that out of the way and I don't have to do that again this year, hopefully. Basically want to echo the same comments that we really are just hopeful that everybody has an amazing start to the school year. Again, there's a whole lot of work that has been done all over the summer. Nobody took the summer off. There was no rest or anything. And then of course, right before school started, we had to have a streak of 105 and 103 as people were trying to get ready for school. I do know that we have already had a couple of AC issues rear their ugly head, but the district has been working diligently to get those corrected. I know of at least 2 that were already fixed, and I believe the other one is already in the process of being rectified by morning as well. So that's kind of the usual. We come back and of course AC units don't want to work. But then Jennifer and Doug and the whole crew there, they managed to work overtime to get that taken care of. So also with the beginning of the school year, we have, I believe, about 10,000 students that are going to be in tomorrow. And we have our 24 sites and we have 546 teachers. And I really, really hope that everybody has an amazing first day. I hope this year is even better than the last. And I know that we have teachers that are working overtime to make that happen. And one of the things that I would like to reiterate to the board is for the board really, especially when we're talking budget numbers. And it's easy when we get into dollars and cents and we're looking at positions and we're thinking of positions in terms of dollars and cents. It's easy to get focused on that. I understand that and I get it. Sometimes, though, I think we need to be a little creative in how we do things, because we really need to make sure that when we're making staffing decisions, that as well as looking at the dollars and cents, we're looking at what is truly best for students and staff, and what is best for student safety and staff safety, as well as what is going to be the most beneficial for academics. And so I would urge the board to make sure that we have that focus. And as always, the union is more than willing to work with the district, with the board, to see how creative we can be in some situations to make things work. I know we have a lot of grant dollars still that are coming through, and there are even more grants that are out there. But there are some decisions that are already being made that are going to have an impact, and we need to make sure that the ones that we can fix right now, we fix right now, and the ones that we can't fix right now, we fix very soon. Because we need to make sure that this is a great year and our students and our staff get exactly what they deserve, and as much of it as humanly possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Operating engineers, local union number 3.
Good evening, board and cabinet. This is just a follow-up question. I was just wondering if we had a date for the board study session, and if we do, are there any publications that have went out? I was just wondering, we'd like to let our membership know. So if you have any information on that, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. We will follow up with Jennifer and get back with you on that with the holidays and stuff, so thank you. California Schools Employees Association 326 and 648. Association of Management and Confidential Employees and Supervisory Unit. No? We're moving on to number 7, public comment. Persons wishing to address the board under public comments of specific agenda item prior to the board taking action must complete a public comments card and place it in the basket. Looks something like this right here. Speakers will be invited to the podium in order of the public comments cards in which they were received. The public may address topics not on the agenda item during the session, but may ask the board to hear something on a specific agenda item. Comments are limited to maximum 3 minutes per speaker, 20 minutes total time for public input on each item per board bylaw 9323. The Ralph M. Brown Act prevents the Board of Trustees from responding to these comments with exception of clarifying questions. The California Government Code Section 54954.2A states no action or discussion shall be undertaken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda except to be undertaken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda except that members of the legislative body or its staff may briefly respond to the statements made or questions posed by persons exercising their public testimony rights under Section 54954.3. We will now hear public comments. First is Mr. Jared Broom.
My name's Jared Boom. I'm here representing a lot of the parents from Cordova School and the Foothill School. They get dropped off on bus route 19. You guys got rid of the Cordova stop. It affects a ton of students. I got over 10 phone calls today after saying I was going to be here. My child alone is 11 years old. Her closest stop now is over a mile walk away. When the weather's not like this, that's a long walk. And that's taking back roads. That's not even staying on roads themselves and crossing 3 different main roads. There's many other students that face the same dilemma because not being able to be at Cordova It is one of the only stops on the route that gives you some sort of protection during foul weather, away from trucks. There's many rock trucks along that route. It just allows us somewhere safe for the kids to be if we're not there immediately to pick them up. We always want to be there. Of course, it's not always possible. We also have 2 teachers and a secretary from Cordova whose kids go up to the school. They're now trying to figure out how to get their kids up to Foothill. It's now not a possibility because they're at work. They're trying to figure that out. We were all informed of this last night. Kind of crazy that 38 hours before the first school day, we're now trying to figure out transportation for everybody. It makes it kind of hard. Some of the other bus stops work. They're still along a busy route. Of course, on good days, it's easy to see a kid. On foul weather days, on cloudy days, on rainy days, there's nowhere for these kids, and a lot of them walk more than a block. We're in a rural area. We're not out in, where we can walk a block and a half in a city. It doesn't work that way. To me, safety is the biggest priority for our kids. We don't have that now. So, not to mention any predators or anything else for these kids. We have one at the end of our road that was registered. I don't know if he's still there. That was an option. That was a route that was taken away from us because of that. And that stop's no longer there at the end of Plants and Powell Road. So my daughter would have to walk by that in order to get home. Cordova gives us that option. I'm hoping you guys can do something about it. Thank you for your time.
Hold on a second, Mr. Boom. Thank you for approaching. I had a couple clarifying questions. You live in the Hallwood area?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you had busing last year?
Yes, sir.
And when were you notified of this?
Last night.
How, and in what form?
The Aries Messenger.
Okay. Let me look into that and talk with the board and see if we can get an answer back for you.
Thank you very much.
for bringing that
I
attention.
do have one question. Where was that bus stop that was cut?
It was at Cordova School, so it was an actual school site.
Okay.
That's in Hallwood.
To Foothill.
Yes, and I have one that goes to Cordova as well, which she did last year, and it allowed all the kids to be picked up at the same time, which is another problem that we have, since we have, some kids that are going up there and some kids that are there, and they're all able to be picked up together. Instead, now they're an hour to an hour and a half apart from each other because it's 2 separate buses. So instead, Foothill kids were being dropped off at Cordova, and we could pick all of our kids up together. And now we're an hour plus apart. She wouldn't get home to the current bus stop until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then have a mile plus walk home. So it just doesn't seem very feasible, especially with bad weather, once we get to that point in time. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have up Emily McKinnon.
Hello, my name is Emily McKinnon. I'm a 10th year educator and I'm going into my 8th year at Johnson Park Elementary School. The night before school starts, the last place I want to be is a board meeting. We just had meet the teacher night. A bunch of us rushed over here. But I'm here because I'm deeply concerned about the decision to have just one assistant principal split between Johnson Park and Edgewater. This is not equitable. Other schools in our district have their own full-time assistant principal, and elementary schools in surrounding districts do as well. Our students deserve the same level of support and leadership as their peers. We have had a full-time assistant principal at Johnson Park for years now, and both of our administrators are incredibly busy every single day. Each year, their job has gotten more difficult and even busier, and now you're expecting 1.5 people to do the job of 2 people. Also, we have increasing enrollment. We're adding classes to our school. When we had Mr. Zhang full-time, he was already stretched supporting just our school alone, handling discipline, family engagement, student safety, and instructional leadership on a daily basis. Asking one person to meet the needs of 2 schools will stretch that support impossibly thin. When a school struggles, we often receive more resources, such as full-time assistant principals, and then we see improvement. But then, because of that improvement, the support is taken away and the cycle starts over. This is harmful to our students and our staff. We cannot continue this pattern and expect long-term success for our students. And I have to be honest, if this decision isn't overturned, it won't look good that the board overturned a similar decision last year for Covalod for their assistant principal position, especially considering board members' children attended that school. Our students at Johnson Park and Edgewater deserve the same opportunities, consistency, and resources as every other student in our district. A full-time assistant principal at each elementary school is not a privilege. It's the foundation for lasting success. Thank you.
Thank you. Jesus Rivas.
Hello, let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Jesus Rivas, and I am a sixth grade teacher at Johnson Park Elementary School. I have been employed by this district since the fall of 2006, and this is the beginning of my 23rd year serving the students of our region. Yesterday, we received our welcome back letter from our district superintendent. I took to heart everything that is stated in that letter. Towards the end, there is a statement that reads, "As we face new challenges and opportunities, please know that you have my full support." It then goes on to say, together, we will continue building a positive, inclusive, and high-achieving school culture for every student in every school. It is with that same commitment to our students and community that I am speaking here today. To express my deep concern about the recent decision to reduce our vice principal position to only 2 days per week and every other Wednesday. I believe that such a drastic action will directly and negatively impact our ability to serve our students. When a vice principal is present only part-time, these responsibilities inevitably shift onto teachers and staff, diluting our focus on instruction and stretching our capacity to meet students' needs. It also creates an environment where urgent matters may have to wait, potentially escalating issues that could have been addressed quickly. Johnson Park Elementary serves a diverse student population, many of whom rely on the stability and responsiveness of our administrative team. A full-time vice principal is not a luxury. It is a necessity for maintaining the safe, inclusive, and high-achieving school culture that our district champions. I respectfully request that the district reconsider and retain a full-time vice principal position at Johnson Park. Our students deserve consistent on-site leadership every single day, and our staff needs the administrative team, to do our best work. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and for your dedication to our district's mission in serving every student in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Constance Franklin.
So Constance had to get home. Her little one was at our Meet the Teacher night. She had to get him home, and I'm reading her comments on her behalf. Okay. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Constance Franklin, and I have been a teacher in this district for 10 years. For all of those 10 years, I have proudly served at Johnson Park Elementary, 9 of them as a second grade teacher. I live in Lincoln and commute here every day, and my son, who is in kindergarten, also attends Johnson Park. This is how deeply my family and I value this school, its staff, and the incredible students we serve. In all 10 of these years, Johnson Park has been a wonderful place to work, learn, and grow. A huge part of this is because of the leadership of our principal, Ms. White, and our assistant principal, Mr. Kevin Zhang, who is an excellent leader, deeply invested in our students, our staff, and the culture of our school. I am deeply concerned about the recent decision to split Mr. Zhang's time between 2 elementary school sites. This is not fair to either school community, nor is it equitable. When a leader is divided between 2 campuses, neither school receives the full benefit of their guidance and presence. This impacts not only staff support, but also the quality of learning environment for our students. Johnson Park needs Mr. Zhang. here full-time, not half-time, where he is known, trusted, and cherished. Our students deserve the consistency and stability of a full-time assistant principal who is fully dedicated to their success and well-being. I respectfully ask the board to reconsider this decision and reinstate Mr. Zhang's full-time position at Johnson Park Elementary. Please keep our students at the forefront of every decision we make. Thank you for your time and for listening to the voices of our school community. Constance Franklin.
Thank you. Mr. David Higgins.
My name is David Higgins. I'm a parent of a student at Johnson Park Elementary. I actually have 3 students in your school board, or school district here. All of them are exemplary students, excellent attendance and grades. I believe they're all in honors rolls. I have 1 student at the high school at Lyndhurst. I have another one across the highway at your junior high, and I have another one at Johnson Park. I'm very concerned about your decision to pull your vice principal. I know some of you looked a little bored at the other speaking topics, but I'm going to tell you as a parent, safety is paramount. We just heard from a student where you pulled a bus stop and no one bothered to think about the logistics. I lived up in the mountains at the fringes of your school board and your district here, and I live here in town. And I chose Johnson Park because of the excellent reputation they have. And I've worked with your vice principal, and I really love his leadership and Mrs. White. It speaks wonders to me of how they work together. And while I have not had to use his services directly, my children do not get in trouble, at least not at school, I would say that his level of care for the students is excellent. It's A+. And imagine yourself, as a small business owner myself, and as you, if any one of you, I said to you, hey, Placer County needs a secretary half-time. How about I pull your secretary and only give you a secretary a couple days a week? Some of you are going to go, where's my paperwork for this meeting? Who's going to turn the lights on? Who's going to have the air ready? Who's going to set the microphones up? Who's going to run this? These things all happen. And whether it's vice principal or whether it's a secretary, you don't split important resources like that. I went to the junior high, and the amount of staff, extra staff, that my wife and I looked at each other and said, wow, there's a lot of staff here for this school, and it's growing. And I look at Johnson Park, and it's growing year after year. Why would we cut staff? That seems ridiculous. And then where are the parents from Edgewater screaming from the rooftops the same thing? How come we're not only getting Mr. Zong? Why don't we hire another one? And I'll tell you this as a small business owner, when you take a great man like your vice principal at our school and you split him, he's gonna become frustrated and irritated. And the man may quit. Then what do? You have no vice principal, nothing. It doesn't make sense. And as a small business owner, I'm not gonna take my most valuable asset and I'm not gonna divide him against the whole community, because he's gonna leave. He's gonna go find another job where he's valued. And he may feel valuable for a moment, but after a while, he's gonna say, I'm overworked. I can't split my time and my resources and know all my students at both schools. It's not possible. That's why each of you have assistants, and that's why each of you have great resources at your disposal. I think it's very important. I hope you guys reconsider this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Superintendent updates?
Yeah, I just want to echo what everyone's saying with regards to first day of school tomorrow. It's taken a concerted effort by a lot of people in this district to get Marysville schools ready to go for tomorrow. So we're excited. We wish everybody a great year, and for not only our families, but our staff families as well. So best of luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves. 9.1, approval of the July 22nd, 2025 regular board meeting minutes. Are there any noted corrections? If not, do I have a motion to approve? Mr. Crawford makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Mr. Taylor, I heard first. On a second. And all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 9.2, approval of consent agenda items, page 5 through 21. We will now approve the consent agenda items 11.1 through 13.6. Is there any item that the board would like to pull for further clarification?
I'd like to pull 13.4, move it out of consent, just so that I could abstain from the vote for conflict of interest.
Excellent. We're going to be pulling item 13.4 will be pulled for discussion. May I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 11.1 through 13.6 with the exception of item 13.4? Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Crawford. So I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Steeman. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now in regards to 13.4, do I have a motion to, well, what's your reasoning for pulling?
They're my employer, so I have a conflict of interest.
Got it.
By law, I have to be putting my employer first, so I will abstain from the vote.
Perfect. Yeah. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda item 13.4 that was pulled for discussion? Motion for Mr. Steeman. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Taylor. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? We have one abstention from Yang. And motion carries. New business, superintendent, none. Ed services, new business, none. So we're moving on to new business personnel, number 16. 16.1, approval of the job description and position, education services administrative support specialists.
Good evening, trustees, superintendent. Thank you for considering this job description. This is a position that was started as an OE3 position in Ed Services Department, and then was, I'm sorry, it started as OE3, yes, and then was a MACE position for a number of years. The job duties and job description have been updated, so you're approving the position and job description, and we believe the job description and duties and classification more accurately represent the needs of the department. The position, due to the adjustment of units, will save the district over $50,000 annually. So this is existing work, existing position reclassified under a different bargaining unit. OE3 agreed and supported after discussion the decision to bring this to you for approval.
Any questions?
Why don't you step out? She can talk to you out there. Yeah, we have other business going on. She can talk to you out there.
Disabled people having access to.
She'll talk to you. It's not a problem. Sorry.
Sorry for the interruption. Any questions on a topic? Okay. On 16.1, so do I have a motion for approval? One for Mr. Fuhrer and a second. Mr. Taylor? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. No new business on 17, and new business Board of Trustees, Mr. Jordan Reeves.
All right, so item 18.1, board review of candidates and selection of finalists to fill trustee area 2 vacancy as a provisional appointment due to the area 2 trustee Ricardo Galicia resignation on July 1 2025, created a vacant board seat. The term is approximately 15 months, which means it'll go through November of 2026 ballot for a 2-year term through December of 2028. Then it'd be placed on the ballot again for a 4-year term through December of 2032, excuse me. I do have an update for the board. After the July 22nd board meeting, Superintendent's office contacted 4 individuals who had submitted letters of interest for the vacant seat. All candidates were instructed to submit proof of residency in Area 2 by August 1, 12 p.m. 2 candidates of the 4 did submit proper documentation, with 1 candidate withdrawing on July 28th via email. Currently, there's only 1 eligible candidate that remains. It's Mr. Gary Criddle, who has been verified or has verified residency in Area 2 and is present for consideration for the vacant Area 2 board vacancy.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves. Mr. Criddle, could you please share with us your qualifications for the vacant board seat and why you want to serve on the Marysville Joint Unified School District Board of Trustees?
Thank you, Mr. Criddle. Members of the board, Superintendent Reeves, and cabinet members, nice to see you again, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. I wish it could be under different circumstances, but that's how this goes. I sat in that chair for 4 years. I've attended several conferences hosted by the California School Board Association. I have a very good working relationship with pretty much everybody in front of me, with the exception of the 2 new trustees rather. Looking forward to an opportunity to work with you guys as well. I have a servant's heart. This is what I do. I'm a teacher by trade. I've been a teacher for a long time. I'm a product of Marysville Joint Unified School District. My dad was a product of Marysville Joint Unified. My siblings and 2 out of 3 kids have graduated so far, and I've got 1 right now in the district as well. So I definitely have a vested interest in the well-being of the district.
Thank you. First of all, do I have a nomination from the board to select Mr. Gary Criddle as a provisional appointee for Area 2 trustee? Yes. Mr. Fuhrer. Thank you, Mr. Fuhrer. Do I have a second? Mr. Yang. Thank you. A second. Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Criddle.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're now the Area 2 trustee, and you will be sworn in at the Yuba County Elections Office before August 26th, regular scheduled board meeting. Congratulations, and anything else you'd like to say in comments?
Welcome back to school, everybody.
Thank you, sir. The board needs to reconvene back into closed session for a brief spell, and we will return when we're done.
Yuba-Sutter.Live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.
the truth that comes through.